What is up? Loudmouth Sports Group, Loudmouth Sports Talk. It is your host, the true champ of Loudmouth off top rope, me, Sean. How's everybody doing this evening? This lovely going into the afternoon, into the evening time. It is your number one show on Saturdays that you want to tune into. So much to discuss this week. Such a great week of wrestling. But make sure, folks, before anything and before we get into anything, please go to bombshellbowling.com/loudmouth sports talk to get your apparel today. T-shirts are always available, $20. Make sure you get them. We are taking orders for hoodies. They are being sent out. They are for a limited time only. So make sure you go there and get your hoodie today for the winner before it's too late. Also, folks, here is the rundown for the week that we have. So make sure you check out the running of the week. Of course, a little bit of a distraction, but no big deal. Buddy, I'm doing my show, bud. What do you need? Yeah, give me a minute. I'm doing my show, okay? I'm doing my show. I got to do my show, bud. I'll get your snack as soon as I can. Bye. Sorry, folks. Sorry, being a dad and doing this, it has its downfall sometimes. But, folks, the week of wrestling. Let's start it off. First off, we had the first round of the draft. And unfortunately, we saw a lot of different transactions, some big moves. And some of the big moves that we saw in Raw getting was they obtained AJ Styles. They are now phenomenal on Monday nights. They also obtained the best tag team, I believe, and that's The Miz and John Morrison. But then they also acquired the New Day. So the New Day got broken up, unfortunately, because they only picked up Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods, with Big E going on to his singles career, which we were going to talk about a little bit later today. They picked up Dana Brooke. They kept Mandy Rose. They kept Ricochet. But they also picked up Naomi. Now, here's my thing, folks, is a lot of female wrestlers got picked up, but it's unfortunate that a lot of these will get lost in the shuffle. And the big thing for me is that our black female wrestlers in the business today are just not getting a fair shake in the business, which I think is totally, totally wrong. There's so much talent with our African and black African American athletes, female athletes, that they are not getting a fair shake in the business today. SmackDown, though, they picked up some big people on the first night of the draft, such as Seth Rollins, Bianca Belair, Rey and Dominic. They kept Big E and they kept Otis, but they didn't take Tucker, as Tucker is now on Raw, and they are now a split tag team, which I don't think they're going to survive. If you come in as a tag team, folks, it is so hard to be successful not a tag team. But going right into night 2 of the WWE draft on Friday night, SmackDown. In round 1, the Raw took The Fiend. So The Fiend went to Raw, which is a huge, huge move. And that brings big opponents, not more opponents for Drew McIntyre and that WWE Championship. SmackDown then kept the respective champion Bayley. Raw kept Randy Orton to keep that feud going. I believe that storyline going with Drew McIntyre, Keith Lee, and the Legends panel. SmackDown, though, they obtained the Street Profits. So the Raw Tag Team Champions now moved on to SmackDown. And during that night, both tag teams respectively exchanged titles, which is common. But what I would have loved to seen was an actual match to unify the tag team championship so that they could be defended on all brands like the women's championship. Shayna and Nia stayed on Raw, which I don't understand. The women's title, they shouldn't even be drafted for the simple fact that there's only one women's tag team championship and not two like the men's. But the Raw kept the Queen, Charlotte Flair. That was round one. Round two, folks, we see Raw brought in the big Raw kept Braun Strowman is now officially on Raw. He was on SmackDown. He is now on Raw. SmackDown kept Daniel Bryan, but Raw picked up Matt Riddle, which is a big move considering the heat that Matt Riddle was getting on SmackDown. So that's something that I'm going to look at and kind of figure out where they're going to throw Matt Riddle into the case. But SmackDown acquired Kevin Owens, which I do love because I believe Kevin Owens is a wrestler, and I believe SmackDown is a wrestling show, and Raw is a showcase show of superstars. But KO going to SmackDown is definitely going to be really, really good to see as he can spark up that rivalry with Sami Zayn once again, and this time for the Intercontinental Championship. Raw, though, picked up the Enigma Jeff Hardy, which I kind of do like because now him and AJ Styles can continue doing their battle with each other and their feud. But also, Matt Riddle said that he wants him and Jeff Hardy to hook up and be the next kind of. He wants them to be the Hardy Bros. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I mean, they do have some things in common, but that's a little bit another time, another place for that. Round three, we look at Raw kept Retribution. SmackDown picked up Lars Sullivan, which I think Lars Sullivan is a waste of space. And I seen your comments this week, folks, when I talked about Lars, and you guys were just like, he's a big man, waste of space. Raw kept Keith Lee, which I do like. And SmackDown kept King Corbin, but Raw picked up Alexa Bliss. So Sister Bliss and The Fiend are still together and running wild on Monday Night Raw already. Round four, we saw Raw pick up Elias. SmackDown keeping the respective Intercontinental Champion Sami Zayn. Raw picking up Lacey Evans from SmackDown, which is going to be interesting. It gives another opponent for Asuka. SmackDown, though, keeping Cesaro and Nakamura together, which I do like because they are both wrestlers, folks. I don't think they would survive really well on Raw. And Raw picking up Sheamus, which I really do like because that is another opponent for Drew McIntyre. Round five, we saw Raw pick up Nikki Cross. SmackDown keeping Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode. Raw keeping the 24/7 champ R-Truth, which I don't understand because R-Truth is 24/7, so that championship can go to any brand. SmackDown taking Apollo Crews. Now that's interesting, folks, for the simple fact Apollo Crews having the U.S. title and it going to SmackDown now is definitely going to be interesting, considering I think maybe Kevin Owens might go for it. But there's a lot of superstars on SmackDown that could really benefit with Apollo Crews being over there and defending that title on SmackDown. And Raw picked up Daba Kato from Raw Underground. So, folks, just to let you know, Raw Underground is officially done. I was a fan of it maybe the first couple times it was on. After that, it became very mundane, boring, wasn't really interesting, and it just never really took off the way I think they wanted it to. Round 6, though, we seen that Raw picked up Lana, uh, which is kind of maybe a good thing that Lana goes over to Raw. And SmackDown kept Natalia, so they broke up their little tag team there. But Raw picked up after that. Raw picked up from the Underground Riddick Moss. SmackDown kept the Riot Squad, which I do kind of like. And Raw also picked up from Raw Underground Arturo Rujas. Um, watch out, folks. He's a name that's going to be coming through quickly. So that, folks, is your draft. Now, there are some notable people that did not get drafted, such as Andrade did not get drafted, but I feel a feeling he's going to be going to Raw. Selena Vega is undrafted. There's a lot of superstars undrafted. Buddy Murphy, we thought didn't get drafted, but he did, and he is now on SmackDown. Like I said, Tucker is now on Raw. That is broken up also. Also, who didn't get picked up? Humberto, Drew Gulak, Mickey James, who is still on contract. Lucha House Party, which I believe their contract's going to be coming to an end. And Shorty G. Now, here's my thing with Shorty G, folks. He's a great wrestler, but I think he's failing on both brands. I think you go down, you put him back down into NXT, and you rebrand Shorty G as a true wrestler and get him out of this stupid Shorty G gimmick, because they're wasting his talents away, folks. Wasting it away. And same with Drew Gulak. I think if you throw him back down into NXT, I think he excels. A lot of these guys will excel. Even Andrade. I would love to see Andrade go back down to NXT. Also, my special guest, whenever he is ready, love to bring him on. So whenever you're ready, to my special guest, feel free to come on, and we will get you on. And I'm going to be discussing Roman Reigns and Jey Uso here shortly. So, folks, Roman Reigns and Jey Uso, this storyline has been nothing but amazing. The way that they are telling this story is beautifully written, beautifully put together. And that's, I believe, the thanks to Paul Heyman, Roman Reigns, and not the WWE writers. Vince McMahon has really let these two write their own story, and it is keeping me interested every single week on SmackDown. I'm looking so forward to Hell in a Cell. The Hell in a Cell I Quit match. I think it's going to be brutal. I believe there's going to be color, which, folks, that is blood. And maybe some, some surprises you may see come through Hell in a Cell. Do I think Jey Uso's going to win? No, I believe that he is going to say that you are the tribal chief to Roman Reigns. But other than that, folks, that, like I said, this story is beautifully written. Feel free, folks, if you're watching, feel free to comment. Let me know what you thought of this week of wrestling before I get into my next segment, which is AEW. Because AEW on Wednesday nights is being nothing but fire, nothing but on a hot streak. It was their year anniversary this last week, or this week, I believe it was, especially this week. All titles were defended this week. But folks, AEW, going into that segment, AEW is on fire. They, like I said, they're celebrating their 1 year in the, on TV, and it has been nothing but a great year for them. Their TNT champion Cody Rhodes, and also part owner, has done nothing but try to bring this brand to the next level. Are they in competition with WWE? At times, I feel that they are in this competition. They want to be the best on Wednesday nights compared to NXT, and I get that. I don't think either brand is really caring what numbers are doing. Maybe Vince, maybe Cody, but I feel Cody needs to step out and be his own man, and not be his father or be Vince or be Triple H in this business. I think he needs to be himself. I think he needs to be Cody. I think he needs to find himself really, truly with this reign, so that he can bring AEW just another great product that we can watch other than WWE, ROH, or Impact. So, Cody, out to you. Kudos. You have done nothing but great with this whole year of wrestling with the AEW. You have brought names out. You have made names. MJF, to name one of them. No one knew of MJF until AEW. Maybe some of you of true wrestling fans knew of MJF, but a lot of people had no idea who MJF is. MJF is the top heel in the business today, in all brands, all over right now. His wordplay, his mic skills, his charisma is nothing but top brand. Also, folks, who also is nothing but celebrating greatness right now is Chris Jericho, who last week celebrated 30 years in the business. So kudos out to you, Jericho. And you're still doing your thing at 30 years in the business today, still making names for people, still putting your name out there too, and cementing your legacy. And folks, I will gladly argue that Chris Jericho is the true GOAT of wrestling in all brands. Simple fact. And just do, I wanted to see the boss, true champ of Mouth, Courtney Brown. What's up, brother?
What's up, man? How's it going?
Pretty good, dude. So I was just going over, just saying that Chris Jericho, in my opinion, is the true GOAT of wrestling. Chris Jericho. Oh, Big G, what's up, brother? Get us from both bosses today. That's what's up, man. So
what's up, guys?
I just was just saying that I feel that Chris Jericho, across all brands of wrestling, is the true GOAT of wrestling with his 30 years in the business.
Definitely. We kind of had that conversation before, that me and Court kind of said Taker. But then again, you and Lutz were talking about just over all the brands.
We don't say that name.
We don't say that name.
Yeah, that's an irrelevant name. That's Jericho, an irrelevant name.
Jericho across the brands, and definitely different promotions, different countries. He's done a ton of stuff. He's definitely the GOAT across all brands.
Yes,
I'm
absolutely.
still not willing to say when you're at your best, when you are at your peak, like if you're the best at the best, what do? Like, for instance, I will never say AJ Styles, as best as he did, he was a big fish in a small pond. So, like, I don't give AJ Styles the credit, because if he came over to WWE, he would have just been another dude. You know what I mean? So, like, do we really say, AJ Styles is the GOAT too? Because, I mean, he's going to be up there with Jericho. He's done just as much across brands. I think Impact was one of my favorite things, dude. But, like, he was doing it with some. So, even still, like, with Jericho. See, I'm just really, when we talk about the GOAT, like, you have to be at your best for a substantial amount of time versus the best. And Jericho, yeah, I mean, but I guess if how y'all look at it, it makes sense, because the GOAT is like his body of work.
Really? How's this even happening right now?
What the fuck?
What?
Yo, who's irrelevant? Who's
You-
irrelevant?
You're irrelevant.
How?
Get out! Why are you in here?
You're fired. You're fired.
How the hell did he get in here?
I don't even know
Oh,
how he got
no.
in.
He might have had the old link.
He had
and
an
it's
old
still
link
active.
probably and hacked in.
Anyway, but like, yeah. Oh, Lucha's so irrelevant. So here, I'll bring him back in. Fuck it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna let you come back in because I got some stuff to tell you. I didn't even notice. Like, so I was sitting thinking, and I was like, man, but I was like, I didn't even notice he was gone because like Sean did a great job of WWE content this whole week until you start riding his coattail and sharing everything that he shared, and it's like, oh, you're just riding Sean's coattail like he said.
And if you notice, every time I literally put content, he put the same content right behind me. So
He's riding your cocktail, or is it coat? What is it?
coattail.
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 Cocktail.
Cocktail.
What the fuck? That's not even close. Dude, I'm not even going to go into the idea of why that's even a slang term of why it's called coattail and not cocktail.
Oh, that makes sense why yesterday when I said it to my guys, they all looked at me really weird. That makes perfect sense. But they looked at us like,
Goddamn Marines. God, Jesus Christ. Wait, time out. You said it to a group of teenagers that riding somebody's cocktails?
so listen, so I was like,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So I was talking to them and I was like, they're still riding the cocktails of our 2018 title team. Oh, that wasn't correct.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh God.
Yo, they probably were looking at you super sideways.
Oh, Jesus, man. But the big news, man. What do you think of this Jey Uso and Roman Reigns storyline?
I haven't watched it much. Obviously, I saw it from most of the like highlights and clips that you and that other guy kept posting.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like, I feel like it's weird, but I mean, it kind of works. I feel like they're trying to like rebuild his dominance, but it's still like weird, kind of.
It's like they got him his first time as tribal chief, and he's going against his own blood, who thinks he's about to, the whole storyline. It's just like them becoming like, it's building it up for like him just to be the tribal chief, and then have The Rock, who is the king of the family, like really, and it's just setting it up.
Well, I mean, The Rock.
What are they? The Sosimo boys?
The Sosimo boys. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why is he still in here?
He got himself out and then he put himself back in. His device is not even connected, so that even shows you. But man, I'm telling you,
I really like it because, especially because it was only supposed to be a one thing, like a one show thing. But now it's building up and it's building up. I didn't watch it yesterday. I was catching up on it before you called.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a one-off thing. And they said, Vince, when they got back there, Vince said, "Oh my God, we have to keep running with this. We have to keep going." He says, "You guys, it's amazing what you guys are doing." And I was like, well, if they're going to keep running with it, this got to be good. So I think the storyline is telling itself. Vince, from what I'm hearing, the writers have no whatsoever any hands in the pocket of this storyline. It's all Roman, Jay, and Paul Heyman writing this whole storyline out. And I think it's pretty awesome. So I don't know why the other guy's in here. But whatever.
Champ.
Yes, what's up? Yeah, I know. I'm the
No,
champ.
no,
So
no, I'm
what's
not
up?
talking to you. I'm not talking to you. I'm the champ. I'm the champ. I'm the champ. But back to
So here's the
Roman.
twisted fate. The big reason he's in here is because of me. So
What?
me and Courtney are usually on the same page. But as I said, I still feel like Luch was missing this past week.
How?
And
When did we miss? He's 5 foot tall. When did we miss from Luke?
man, why you always gonna bring up his height? That's my
It's
gimmick.
always my height. And nothing original neither. At least come up with something original.
At least
Well, here's something original. You called your wife a boss, yet she was hitting me up for a job yesterday.
To get more money, baby. We need more money. We need 7 ways.
But why
of
do you
to
need
be a
me?
millionaire,
But I
baby.
thought I
Read a
thought I
book
was
every now and
irrelevant.
then, Sean, and you'll know how to be a millionaire before you die. You
Wait,
need 7
hold
ways
up.
of income. You need to make money as you're sleeping, or you'll die broke.
All right, hold on, y'all. What the hell do you mean we missed him?
We missed him. His content of sharing, again, his different viewpoints. Just it was a difference without the 5 foot dynamo over there.
I didn't miss him.
I didn't miss him
You
either.
might not miss him, but I missed him. Other people missed him.
The
The
Hammer
group
Brothers
missed
miss me.
The Hammer Boys.
Yeah,
The Hammer. I got something for the
Bros.
Hammer brother. I got something for
The
the Hammer brothers.
They're champion. They're tag team champions.
They're not even part of the show, so they can't be
They're
tag team champions.
champions. They will be one day. They're busy
Soon,
today.
soon enough.
They're
But
busy
hey,
today, or they'd be on.
It's time for Luch to take over as champ. And we're going to see how much we've actually missed him. So, Luch, have fun with the rest of the show, brother. I got some stuff to finish around the house. Take it over, my man.
All right. True.
Really?
champ.
They're gonna bring you
Nah.
back. They're bringing you back.
They had to. They had to. All right. Oh, come on. Keep popping in and out.
Oh, I
Keep
keep.
popping in and out.
This is
All right, so
actually
this week on
my
wrestling,
show.
guys. We had a great week of wrestling. We had, Raw was decent. I definitely love the situation with Alexa Bliss coming out and being banked on the ropes. That was amazing. I love that angle that they're going with them. The Roman and Jay, that's going to be phenomenal. I can't wait for anything with all of that. And one thing that happened that I shared was that Raw was supposed to have so many people on. Wait. Raw was supposed to have. Wait, let me get through this one thing real fast.
No. Stop.
Whoa.
No, listen. Just because George brought you back don't mean anything. I'm still the Don. I'm still the boss. So listen.
I thought you and George was boss.
Hold on. Shut up. So if y'all two can't figure out how to do this show together, both of y'all will be fired. Because George can fire Sean and I can fire you, but me and George can't fire each other. So y'all will finish the show together and then we're going to see who has the best show. We're going to give each of y'all 1 week to prepare the best show, and y'all can bring the Hammer Brothers, y'all can bring the Sasasimo boys, y'all can bring anybody y'all want. But just know, Luch, you guys and I'll deal with George accordingly. But Sean,
Ooh,
you
George,
got
hear that?
by
Why are you
George.
still on my line?
So you deal with it accordingly, or you'll be dealt with
Through your line.
accordingly.
He's still on my line.
Dude, you
I'm
can't
on
steal
my
people's catchphrases.
Because I used it better. Luch, I would let you know my catchphrase, but you're too short to grab it.
Oh,
Another short joke. Another top rope joke. Oh, it's on the top
Hey,
shelf.
so-
Luch can't get it.
Listen, Sean, his show's going to be Luch off the mini top. We're gonna-
Hey,
But all right, hey, so y'all better figure it out how to do a show together, or else you're both fired. And we'll.
all right. I'll do the show. I'll do the
All
show
right.
with. I'll finish the
deal
show
with
out
it.
with him.
I'll deal with it.
I'll deal with them too.
We'll get the Hammer Bros to deal with y'all accordingly.
All right, well,
man. Let's
something
listen.
that popped up.
All
on
right,
Raw.
first off, we're family. Let's just do this show right. Let's
Let's do it.
let's figure this out together,
Yeah, let's do it.
and we'll do this because apparently we're gonna get dealt with by the Hammer Brothers accordingly. So,
All right, well, something that happened on Raw is they bragged about having all of these stars on. They were on FaceTime. They were not
you
on
mean
the show.
Smack? That was SmackDown.
Yes, on SmackDown.
SmackDown, yeah, SmackDown.
Yeah. So, on SmackDown. Season premiere SmackDown was supposed to have Stone Cold,
Goldberg,
Jeff Jarrett,
Goldberg, and
somebody else. I forget.
I think The Rock was supposed to show his
The
face.
fact is, they showed their face as fans in the Thunderdome. That's how they showed their face. Stone Cold was on a FaceTime call with an interviewer. With someone from ESPN.
Yeah.
Sorry. So and this is where I think WWE messed up. You cannot promote someone's going to be on the show if they're not going to physically be on
the show. Right.
Say that they're going to have an appearance or via satellite, something to not make people think that they're going to hear the glass break. Because I was waiting. When SmackDown first started, I was just sitting there like, oh, when am I going to hear it?
When's the glass going to break? When's the glass going to break? Or the Goldberg's music going to hit? Or Jeff Jarrett's music going to hit? Never happens.
And the one thing, if they would have brought Goldberg, now I don't know if Goldberg would be okay with this, but in my opinion, what should have been done,
Roman Reigns came out and speared him.
Either that, or if you really want to push Big E to the level, give him Goldberg. But you have to have Goldberg lose to make sure that Big E solidifies himself as a big man.
But here's the thing:
because if he loses,
Goldberg's not going to lose. Like first and foremost is Goldberg's not going to lose. So if you're going to bring Goldberg in for a match, you're literally burying a guy because they obviously don't like you. Goldberg will only lose to Brock Lesnar and Braun Strowman. Those are the only two I've seen him lose to since being back.
Roman. He would have lost to Roman.
Yeah, he would have lost to Roman. But we only seen him lose to Braun and Brock. And that's it. So here's my problem with now SmackDown's now moving to FS1 next week.
What?
And they're not going to be on Fox. They're going to be on FS1. So now they're getting downgraded to FS1.
When did this happen?
They mentioned this like this week. Right? Like maybe the next like Saturday morning, they mentioned that they were going to go to FS1.
Because last night they said something about like they can't wait for the next season on Fox of their show of Smack. I don't know. I have no clue.
I mean, Fox, here's the thing, is Fox isn't happy with the numbers that they're bringing on Friday nights, apparently. So
they're bringing better than Raw.
They're bringing better Raw, but they're not bringing the numbers that I guess Fox wants. And I mean, if you knock them down to FS1, FS1's that other show. Like I don't understand it. I understand why they decided to deal with Fox and everything else, but it's just but some of these pickups, man, that I saw over on Monday night for night 2, I thought were great.
Oh my God, amazing.
Especially I like that Apollo Crews went over to SmackDown with the US title.
Yeah, and I think it's good for Ricochet.
Yes.
That man
and Ricochet winning and ending it right there. I didn't get that. I'd rather him have lost and him join with the Hurt Business. Here's the problem I have with that is Ricochet is starting to become irrelevant because of the Hurt Business. Yeah. No one's giving him a shot, so he's becoming irrelevant.
Yeah, but at the same time,
which
it could,
if you don't want to become relevant. Only moving the
I get that.
FS1 for 1 week for game. Oh, okay. So your wife just said they're moving the FS1 for 1 week because of Game 3 of the World Series.
Oh, okay. Thanks, babe. Wow.
Okay.
She knows more than I do all of a sudden.
I just
And-
knew they were moving FS1. So
Oh, wow. Okay. Jesus. But did you hear that Dominic Mysterio might drop his last name in WWE?
I could see why. Because listen, if I have to carry on, I carry him on my father's name, and my father's still there. You know, he's in the shadows. He's not a Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair could be Charlotte Flair, and she made her own legacy. Dominic Mysterio is not going to have that big of a legacy as Charlotte Flair.
He debuted on SummerSlam.
He debuted on
had a big
SummerSlam, but
debut,
that was
but-
because, listen, no offense, that was WWE feeling sorry for his little ass.
And I also think it like matched up with everything that was like he technically debuted back in a child at SummerSlam. That was the custody match.
And then
So-
there you go.
Yeah.
All in all, give him the SummerSlam match, which
Dominic Mysterio has so much talent that I think they're holding him back in a way to try to make him be like his father. He's not a luchador, and you can tell that.
he can't do that 619 he does is ugly.
There's times
It's
it looks
ugly.
good, and there's times that yes, it
He's
is-
too tall to do the 619.
Well, yeah, and that's the problem. Is he's too tall, and he tries to position him where his father would position him. If you're going to do it,
You got to
have
position him a
move
little bit
down.
further down.
Yeah, move
to
him
get your
down
legs
so you can
out.
Get the full, get the full legs out. But he needs to.
Keep talking.
I think, step out of his father's shadow. That's one of the biggest things. But
Yes, buddy.
at the same time, he needs to kind of solidify himself as a wrestler, as his own wrestler, because he's not a luchador. He does have luchador style in a way. He does have that style of luchador, but his
Yeah.
father is one of the greatest ever. He should. But he's not a straight up luchador. And he needs to put a
No.
little bit of mass on too. I'm sorry. He needs to put a
He's
little muscle on.
he's really built awkward.
Yeah, in a way. Yeah. But like he has potential. I see it in him. He has something. He needs a mouthpiece. I just anytime he picks up a mic, I want to throw up. It's disgusting. He does not know how to talk.
Yeah.
His father really was never the best on the mic. Younger Ray knew how to work the mic, and I think he just knew how to work the crowd, not the mic. So, yeah, Dominic needs a lesson on mic skills.
Yeah.
Badly.
Andrade not getting picked up as he's a free agent.
He's a free agent.
He's a free agent. He didn't
He'll
get
go
picked up.
back.
He didn't get drafted. He'll go back to from what I'm hearing is
Because of Charlotte.
what I'm hearing is that Vince wants to try to keep the couples together. Try to keep couples together. So like when the Street Profits went, Bianca Belair went. So but here's what I think with Andrade: they need to take him and throw him back down to NXT. I think Andrade back in NXT.
I can accept maybe Angel Garza, not Andrade.
Oh,
Andrade
come on.
has raw talent.
I would love to see Andrade and Finn Balor go at it.
Here's the thing about Finn too, though, right?
I feel bad for Finn. That man, every time he wins a championship, he gets injured.
I was just about to say that. I don't know if the age is getting to him. I don't know, but
He's not that
he's
old.
more and more, but he's more and more like glass each time he gets in that ring.
Whoa, he's been wrestling since he was like 17. He's
I
like
know.
20. He's like
Exactly, and I
27.
know, so it takes a toll on your body. I know it does. So I know it takes a toll, but maybe he needs to maybe slow it down, learn how to wrestle a little differently. learn how to a different, maybe add a little style or something, because all that crazy shit he be doing is going to make him retire retardedly early, like ridiculously early. He's going to
Yeah.
retire before 40.
I think
if
he's
he keeps
26.
doing what
I
he's
think
doing.
he's I think he's early 30s. So he's been wrestling close to like 15 years.
Yeah, so his
already in the
body's been
business.
through hell.
Yeah. Just like AJ Styles has been wrestling for at least 20, almost 20 years in the business altogether. And
Well,
his
yeah.
body's starting to wear down too. But
Well,
like I said, I'm so stuck on this Roman and Jey Uso coming up for Hell in a Cell I Quit match.
see, I think this is going to be the main event, obviously,
Obviously, it's main event.
because I feel like they're going to push the envelope with this one. They're going to make people get upset. I really do think so. I think that there's going to be so much blood shed that people are going, some parents might complain. I actually do see it, because
Yeah, I mean, I could see it to where they had the blood like with Randy Orton when Randy Orton got busted open by Brock Lesnar.
I mean, yeah, but he got busted. Busted.
He busted him.
He really
but
got busted.
But I mean, I could see that kind of busting of blood.
Yeah, I mean, can I see like an old school match blood? No, I do not see like a Mick Foley, Randy Orton type of match blood. That's not what I'm seeing. But Roman is going to torture this man.
I could see the blood like when John Cena got busted open by JBL, and when he went and he had all that blood across his face.
That was blood. I mean, that was a lot.
That's what I'm gonna see. I think I'm gonna see come Hell in a Cell.
Bro, that's a lot. To be honest, I feel like there's gonna be more than one color situation of that night. I feel like Roman and Jey,
they're gonna bust each other open. They're gonna both bust each other open.
For people watching, color in wrestling means blood. That's all it is. And I also think that there's going to be color in Sasha Banks and Bailey. Mark my word.
I don't know. You haven't there through wrestling history, from what I remember, every female wrestling match, I have never seen blood in a female wrestling match.
Bring it. I want to see it.
I don't think Vince is going to allow it.
Probably not, but I want to see it, because
would you really want to see blood?
Yes, because that would show that either Bailey is so determined to stay champion, or Banks is so determined to get back at the woman who beat the shit out of her and sprained her neck or whatever happened. I could see it. What will it happen? Probably not. Like you said, Vince, there's never, I believe, been color in a professional wrestling women's match. WWE women's match.
Triple H wouldn't even allow this.
I don't know. Cause did you watch the pre-show to SmackDown?
No, I did not get to see the pre-show.
Well, they had Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. Well, Booker T said, "Who do you think the next man is going to be the next man?" And Stephanie cut him off and said, "Or woman," because Steph is very big in the women's revolution.
And congrats to her on CEO title once again.
Yes. And so Triple H believes Rhea Ripley will headline WrestleMania in the next few years. He believes Rhea Ripley is the next big attraction to professional wrestling WWE.
Absolutely.
What do you think? I do
absolutely.
Too.
Absolutely.
She is amazing. Amazing.
She's amazing. She's a beast. She's fucking ripped. And she's
to be honest,
and she's hot.
Woman, she's not. I was just about to say
she's hot. She's hot as shit.
She's not bad looking, because most women that are like jacked, kind of like they're attractive in their own ways, but not like all like that. But she's pretty attractive with her shaved head.
Yeah.
And Becky Lynch was backstage at Raw. I'm sorry, SmackDown this week.
SmackDown. Yeah, I think she's getting ready to have her child though. I think she's coming close to the 9 months here. Because that was WrestleMania.
And I believe she was pregnant then, like
Mhm.
pretty a month or two. So
Yeah.
we're getting there.
I think if she came in January, because when was Mania? April. So May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. She was a month or two. She's probably due like this month, next month, to have that baby. But what do you think of this? Here's the thing. Going off a topic off of WWE. This right here. This coming up. What do you think of it? The AEW tournament.
Oh, I
man.
can't wait. I can't wait.
I think, hey, listen, I believe you're going to have Hangman Page versus Kenny Omega for number one titles contender.
Oh, God, no, please, no.
Just the way it looks, the way they have it set up. But I could see.
Hangman's definitely going to be Colt Cabana.
Yes.
It's going to go to Warlord over Jungle Boy, which is that Warlord versus Hangman's going to be a hell of a match.
Here's my thing. What I would love to see: Wardlow and Penta L0M.
Yep. I would take it. Or Jungle Boy and who's that? Ray Phoenix.
Yeah, I don't want Jungle Boy just yet. Like, I don't feel he's like TNT championship material, not AEW championship. Not yet, anyways. Not yet.
He's not even, to me, I would like to see him in maybe championship matches to try to get a title shot. Like you said, is he good? Yes. Is he worthy of a title shot yet? No, not even TNT, in my opinion. And that's something else. Brody Lee should have never dropped the damn title.
No.
Never. I'm sorry. Cody, I respect you as a wrestler. I respect you as to do with anything in wrestling. You are the man. But if this is your company, please stop putting yourself over like this. Please. Because it's coming off like Jeff Jarrett in TNA.
But here's the thing with Cody, though, is, yeah, does he put himself over? But at the same time, he does put the other talent over. You recognize them. That you recognize. Even if they lost. Like, listen, I've seen when Jeff Jarrett won in TNA, that guy got buried every time. No big name came off of Jeff Jarrett's name, okay? Cody Rhodes, names are coming off of Cody Rhodes. Eddie Kingston, who was probably a no-namer up until AEW. Really, kind of, if you think about it, was a no-namer unless you were a big independent wrestling person, unless you were like a true wrestling fan. Like, if you went to somebody who just started watching wrestling and you go, Eddie Kingston, people would be like, huh? Who? They wouldn't know. You know what I'm saying? If you think about it.
Okay, the typical
Eddie Kingston, the typical
WWE person would not
know who Eddie Kingston.
Okay,
Marks know Eddie Kingston. So when Eddie Kingston hit AEW scene, people are like, really? Who's this guy? This guy came from Impact. Like, really? Like,
I feel like he popped. I feel like him going there.
When he challenged Cody Rhodes, and even though Cody Rhodes won, Eddie Kingston still had a pop and Eddie Kingston had a name. And then Eddie Kingston got a shot at the world title. Even though he lost, he still got a pop and he still got a name.
But this is why, though. AEW is for real wrestling fans. That is why. AEW is for the people that love this shit and bleed this shit. So when you have someone like Eddie Kingston come out on WWE, people would be like, who the fuck is that? He comes out in AEW, people are like, holy fuck, it's Eddie Kingston. Because people know that AEW is going to hire the independent people. and ex WWE superstars.
Oh, hold
Before
on, hold
anybody
on.
says
Here, WWE will hire the independent scenes. I mean, Triple H has
depending on their name.
depending on it, but Triple H has started to recognize, like, hey, these guys do pay their fucking dues. They do deserve a shot in the name. So I give Triple H credit because Triple H before was not for an independent person at all. He wasn't for independent guys. And neither,
because he
and
had Vince's mentality of
yeah,
we
and
have
either,
to get him
yeah,
and build him into what we
Yeah.
want him to be.
and even if you think about it, I know he's your boy. I know he's your man and everything. John Cena even looks down on independent wrestler guys.
Oh yeah, I know he does. I know
He
he
looks
does.
down on them.
And I think
He
that's
goes,
bullshit because
yeah.
they put in more sweat and hard work than he did. And I am a
He's-
true
they put-
John
yeah.
Cena fan, and I will say that John Cena put in half the work that other people put in. and
John
got
Cena put. I'll say
double
John
the outcome of
being in the independent scene. I'll say John Cena put in 25% of the work of what an independent wrestler does.
Because he
Come
no,
on,
no. He was in OVW for a
That's
while.
not
as the
independent.
prototype.
That's
As the
not
I
independent.
understand.
That's
I know. That was before WWE's NXT. That was what it was. I know that. Which is why Batista and Brock Lesnar and Randy Orton went there. I know. But at the same time,
but Batista, Brock Lesnar, and Randy Orton have respect for the independent circuit.
are you sure about Batista? I feel
Yes.
like he shades.
No,
it a little bit.
Batista has shown up at independent shows supporting
All right,
local
well, that's
independent
good.
wrestling.
So they put in work, but yeah, Cena definitely did put his time in OVW, which is not independent. I know. Randy
And he
Orton
put
did
in-
no independent work neither, though.
But Randy Orton didn't need it independent because Randy Orton's a name. I mean, he's a legend. He literally
Okay.
he literally has a family line.
No, yes, he does.
And even if you'd have put him in the independent circle, people would have been grabbing at him like, you need to get out of there.
True. But I just feel that independent people don't get enough credit where it's due. And by that, I mean they don't get enough attention from bigger name companies like WWE. Like Sean said, though, Triple H is starting to recognize things and is starting to notice. But he's still not the biggest independent person they signed was AJ Styles and Kevin Owens.
And Sami Zayn.
Okay, yeah, Sami Zayn.
And Cesaro.
Okay,
Cesaro.
They had
Nakamura.
Eric Young for a time, and they had EC3, and they had people. Now here's where it gets. I feel like most of the people that came from the independents are no longer a big thing in WWE.
Sheamus is.
But Sheamus was for a while security and other things for. He was like, I believe Sheamus was one of John Cena's gangsters with CM Punk that year, actually.
Yeah. So if you just said they don't have big names, like there's independent wrestlers in WWE don't have big names, like are not as big anymore. But do I have to remind you? But do I have to remind you, Bayley?
Yeah, Bayley did do her time on the independent circuit.
Drew McIntyre.
I feel like Drew did it because he was fired. Sorry
No,
to say.
Drew came from independent.
I know, but they kind of snagged him.
He came from independent overseas.
I know, but what I'm saying is I believe he only had like 2 years or 3 under his belt before they grabbed
And that's like average for when you would get grabbed.
What? Oh,
yeah, that's like average.
Kevin Owens was years and years in before.
Yeah, but they didn't like his body style. They didn't like how his body looked.
And now
it's
Otis
all
is
about
Money in the
listen.
Bank.
Listen, it's all about appearance. Okay, it's all about
Yeah, I
looks.
know.
And so
But-
when Kevin Owens was doing it, Kevin Owens didn't have the physique that neither did
You got
Sami
physique
Zayn.
now?
He doesn't have it now, but he's proven himself. He had to literally prove himself. Like, listen, I know I don't got the physique, but I got the skill to be here, and that hurts you.
All those matches in ROH didn't prove that.
That's what I'm saying. Is that's what happened? Is he got overlooked because of his look, being his physique.
Yeah,
Drew
being
McIntyre,
bigger man.
yeah, Drew McIntyre being overseas and working matches 2 to 3 years and hit the way he looked when he first came in.
He was cut.
McMahon, yeah, he was cut. So McMahon was
Like
like,
he is now.
he put 2 or 3 years in. Let's bring him over. He's ready because I like the physique. I like the look. He could be the chosen one. And he wasn't. He was not the chosen one.
No.
But it's all
fucked up.
about at that time. It was all about look. Now it's a little bit different. It's
Now
a lot
it's about
different.
your sell, if you can sell it in any
If you
way.
could sell.
All right, this just popped up on my computer. Ronda Rousey is training with
James Storm.
Cowboy James Storm.
Yes, I did. I shared that not too long ago.
My God.
So here's the thing. I get that she's training with Cowboy James Storm, and
Beast.
he's a beast. He's awesome, but that means she's not coming to WWE. But she still has a contract with WWE.
She's gonna come. No other place is gonna give her, besides AEW, the money she wants.
Impact Wrestling will. They'll waste a few talents. They'll throw off a few talents just to bring her on. Bring Ronda Rousey to Impact Wrestling, and I guarantee you Impact Wrestling gets a name.
I'm sorry. Sean.
Seriously, think about it. How big was
fucking Ronda Rousey?
how big was her
fucking
name when
hate
she?
the boy Ric
Okay, hold
Flair.
on. How big was her name when she came to WWE? How many people were like, "Oh my God, Ronda Rousey"? Think. I mean, there was people
I
that
know her name. So I know it's because
her
of the-
name is it.
But
Like if she goes to Impact, her name.
any fucking talent.
But she's working with James Storm now.
Yes. So now she's actually training with a fucking good wrestler for once to learn some shit. Thank God.
She's training with a good wrestler for once that has a bad reputation with WWE. That burned a bridge.
Fuck. He could burn James. To be honest, and I not too many people can say this. James Storm does not need WWE. I'm sorry.
No.
He has a name for himself in independence. He was the what? He was the what
Keep
champion
talking.
before he got a before his free agency came up. So yeah, so for her to be training with Cowboy James Storm shows that she wants to know a little bit more about wrestling and wants to know more about the profession. So I just want to see that she shows that she actually wants this, because before, like, yeah, she could do some wrestling moves, but she wasn't no wrestler. And to be honest, like, yeah, I know we talk shit about Ronda Rousey, which is why Ronda Rousey talks shit about wrestling fans. But at the same time, like, we can tell if you have, like, if you love and have passion for this shit. But if you're just coming here because for a check, real wrestling fans are not going to respect you. And I'm sorry to say that, but it's very true. Like, they're not going to respect you because you're just coming because of what your name holds, and you're coming because you know Vince will sign a big check because of your name. To me, that's not true wrestling. Sorry. But something else that came up was Triple H receives huge props backstage for making WWE SmackDown much better this week. I did read somewhere that Triple H had a lot to do with this week's SmackDown, which is probably why it was a pretty good SmackDown. Triple H puts on great shows on NXT, so I wouldn't mind him maybe taking over a little bit of the SmackDown backstage role, because
that?
he is good. Triple H. He got big props for making WWE SmackDown much better this week.
Yes. I wouldn't mind seeing him either. Take that big production assistant, production supervisor role of the producers.
Production.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing him take over production of SmackDown. Shit.
But I don't want to see him do that if it's going to take away his time from NXT, because his work in NXT actually shows, and his work with the NXT wrestlers shows too. So I would not want to pull him away or distract him from making NXT the brand that it is. Also, I have a quick pet peeve with WWE. Why the hell wasn't NXT in the draft? Why wasn't NXT in this draft?
We discussed this last time, and
but dude, if you're bringing people like Adam Cole, and you have people that have the magnitude of the name Adam Cole, Gargano, Shotzi, Rhea Ripley. You have so many big. I can keep going. So many big names. Now I understand if you take them away from NXT, you're taking their fans away also, and I get that.
Yeah.
So I understand why they're keeping NXT where it's at, but they need to stop treating it like it's the performance center.
Here's my thing. So I actually literally thought about this because I was thinking the same thing. Like, why are we not taking away, these talented wrestlers and putting them on SmackDown or Raw? Here's my thing, though, is I believe what WWE is doing is protecting NXT. Literally, you're protecting hear me out. You're protecting NXT. Okay, not only are you taking fans away, okay, you're taking talent away, and you got to replace that talent. Now, is there talent out there of a Johnny Gargano? Is there a guy out there that can replace a Johnny Gargano? Is there a guy out there that can replace an Adam Cole? Is there a guy out there that can replace a Finn Balor? There's not. Is there female wrestlers that can replace a Shotzi? Like, maybe, but here's the you have to keep the main players in that brand.
I get that.
Until somebody comes along and they go, hey, this person is the next face of this brand. Now we can move them over. Look how long Keith Lee was in NXT before he really went to Raw. Look how long there's some Braun Strowman and all. Like, if you look, you have to make sure that you have somebody right in the wings going, you are the next face. We trust you. You have a fan base. You're selling well. You are bringing the numbers for us, because I can guarantee you take them away, the numbers dip fast.
Then why not make it a brand? That's exactly.
It is the brand,
because
though.
if you make it, I know, but if you make it a brand in the draft, you can draft Raw and SmackDown superstars to NXT to help build smaller talent, to help build it. Why did Finn go back? For that reason, to help build
Finn. But Finn literally said, I want to go back.
Fuck it. Vince, they're under your contract. What are they going to say? No?
Yeah. I get that. But here's the thing, is it's its own brand, and I get it that okay, so say you'd have kept them in the brand, right? You'd have kept them in you'd put them in the draft, right? And then you drafted and you pull Adam Cole and you put him on a SmackDown, right? And then you grab Daniel Bryan and put him in NXT.
Perfect.
Like, but at the same time, it's like Adam Cole is NXT.
Okay, people said that about Finn Balor and Bayley and Sasha Banks.
But there was people in the wings behind them going, We're the next faces.
There's
There's
people- you
nobody
take
in the
Adam
wings
Cole
behind
out,
them.
How many other people from the Undisputed Era are there? One of them can take the damn spot.
Not yet. Maybe next year.
Gargano. You're telling me Gargano can't run NXT? You're telling me Gargano cannot run NXT, Sean?
As a leader,
Bro, come on now.
I mean, he's a leader.
Mr. Wrestling.
Yeah,
This is
I don't
Mr.
think his
Wrestling.
yeah, but is his attitude there for it? From what I'm hearing, his attitude, what you see on TV, is the same attitude you get in the fucking locker room.
Well, then
That's a problem.
Okay, yes, that is true. He's living his character. Okay, this is what.
And I love that you
This
live
is
your
what-
character.
Okay, if you love it, then you can't bitch that he's his
I
character.
can't bitch
backstage.
it. I can't bitch at that, but you have to look at it from the WWE perspective going, the guys aren't fucking respecting him. The guys aren't listening to him. There's no leadership.
And okay, in a way, I get that, but at the same time, Adam Cole does do a lot with other wrestlers, from what I've heard and what I've
Yes.
read. But at the same time, like, he is such a big name and he's so good. He could be doing so much more.
He could, but what
So
happens? But you throw him in SmackDown, he could possibly get lost.
Okay, the only thing I'm worried about is this. I believe he just signed a contract, correct? Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't recent, but a little back. He signed, I believe it was a 5-year deal, somewhere
5-year
between
5-year
3 and
deal.
5. Okay, well, thank God that they signed him for a 5-year deal, because if they didn't, and I think, to be honest, I think Adam's getting tired of NXT. I'm being honest. I think he knows that he has the potential and the talent to go up against the Daniel Bryans, the AJ Styles, the Jeff Hardys, the Matt Riddles. He has the talent.
The Matt Riddle, I mean, he's talented, but he shouldn't even be up in there in the main roster.
Who? Matt Riddle? Bro, are you fucking kidding me?
He should still be in NXT.
Matt Riddle.
I'd take Adam Cole over Matt Riddle any day of the week. If you put NXT up, if you put NXT in that draft and they said Adam Cole, I would hope NXT grabs Matt Riddle.
So, do you think Matt Riddle could run NXT?
No.
No?
No. Drug
Why?
issue. Drug issue. No.
It's not a drug issue, Sean. He's not a fucking crackhead.
He's
smokes
smoking
weed.
weed. Smokes weed. That's not. There's no. He's not going to bring leadership.
Because he smokes weed?
He's too for himself. He's
Because he
too
smokes
for
weed, he can't
himself.
be a leader, Sean.
He's too
RVD.
for him.
RVD.
RVD wasn't a leader either.
In backstage in the walk, he was definitely someone.
No,
you
he
could go
wasn't.
talk to.
You could talk to him, but he wasn't a leader. A leader? No.
Okay, he might have not been a like John Cena, where like you bow down and kiss his fucking feet.
No,
But
but he wasn't a guy you.
RVD
He wasn't a guy you.
respected.
You went to him and you gave him his respect of what he did in the
Respected
business.
him.
You respected him, but it wasn't like, hey, I need somebody who I need you to take me under your wing. Like I wouldn't have went to RVD to take me under my wing, take me under his wing. I wouldn't go to him. At the time of that locker room, there was no way I was going to RVD to be like, I want to be under your wing. I had so many more talents to pick from.
Yeah, there are other talents, but what I'm saying is RVD is another person who gets a lot. He is very underrated. Very. He's talented. Back then, and I'm talking old RVD, like 2000s, not today. He's slowed down a lot today.
Yeah.
Has slowed down a lot. And the whole Katie Forbes thing is fucking terrible. I'm sorry. I can't stand it. I don't like her. I don't get the gimmick. Like, you're supposed to be like a hoe? Like, is that the gimmick? You're a hoe?
Listen, RVD's just happy he happened to get a paycheck.
Well, yeah, kind of.
He's not even in
Kinda.
it for the wrestling anymore.
But no, I've heard he doesn't even love what he does anymore.
No,
But
it's in it for a paycheck. Shit.
let's go back real quick to this whole leader. So in your opinion, because I really do believe Johnny Gargano can run NXT. He can take Adam Cole's spot, in my opinion. Who do you think is that man?
Finn.
And for anyone watching, please comment who you think, please.
Finn. Finn's that man that runs NXT.
To be honest, Finn's the man now, and Adam Cole's there. I'm sorry. But, like, Finn, yes, but that's just like...
If Adam Cole leaves, Finn's still the guy.
So you see nobody from NXT that could run it. I'm not talking like
If
Finn
that can run
Balor's-
that could run it if he didn't have all the damn issues that he had, and that'd be Velveteen Dream. If he didn't have all his issues that he had.
Well, from what I'm reading too, Vince and Triple H are actually discussing releasing him.
Yeah,
Because
I
of
would.
the hate that they have
Yeah.
been responding. That the hate that they have been
Listen,
receiving.
if he didn't have the personal issues that he has, he would be a great leader in the locker room. Simple as that. From what I heard when he was on Tough Enough, he was the leader of Tough Enough. He was the guy. He was like the guy that everybody like looked up to.
Oh, yeah.
Even though there was a competition, but he was like the guy they were like, wow, this guy really gets it. He gets it. Jericho even said, Patrick gets it. He knows it. He gets it. So yeah, if he didn't have the child molestation thing and all this crap that he has, if Adam Cole left today, he'd be the guy in that locker room.
Do
He would
you
be
still think it could be that way?
with his
Because I know a
personal
lot of people.
wait with
I
the
know a
personal
lot of
issues
people that just
with the personal issues that he's
overlook
having
it.
still.
I know people that overlook it, Sean, still to this day.
I don't think there's
a lot
enough
of people do actually.
Yeah, but there's not enough people in that locker room, I think, that have the respect for him now.
And that's the thing too. And I do believe that's what I think. I think he lost respect from fans, some fans, locker room, and from what I'm hearing, a lot of backstage.
Writers.
And
Yeah, the
exactly,
personnel,
that's
the
what I'm hearing.
producers. Like once you lose respect in the locker room, it's really
With
hard to
your
gain
own-
it back. Now
You
there
might as
is
well just
one.
go.
Now there's one guy that I will say that lost a ton of respect in the locker room, and now he's the most must-see guy on TV, and that's The Miz. When
Okay.
he first came in, he lost all respect.
Okay,
but
but listen.
Gained it
Why?
back.
Because he was like a Johnny Gargano. Why? Because he was like a Johnny Gargano. So you're telling me that Johnny can't do the same thing in NXT, but still gain respect, showing that he is the man and he can prove it day in and day out. That is
Maybe.
exactly what I was talking about.
Maybe,
Right
maybe,
there.
but here's the difference between The Miz and Gargano. Like The Miz lives his character, but he doesn't. Like when he got in trouble in that locker room incident, he got kicked off the locker room, got kicked off the bus. He had to like find places to change. He like you heard the story, changing a hallway, had to change behind but he did it and he didn't complain about it. You know, he actually, from what I heard, he went to Taker and told Taker, I'm sorry for whatever I did wrong. He went to Chris Benoit. He went to all the guys in the locker room and said, hey, whatever I did wrong.
Which
I
that would
apologize.
probably be scary. That would probably be scary to do. Like, I would rather say I'm sorry to The Undertaker than Chris Benoit. I'm going to be honest. Because
Well, from what I heard,
well,
from what I heard is they didn't kick him out. And then the next day, like when they got to the taping, Chris Benoit came up to him and was like, hey, so the guys took a vote. You're out. You got to change somewhere else. I'm sorry. So I heard Chris Benoit was like really like calm with them, cool with them. Like, hey, I
That's
know we
nice.
said you're allowed in, but unfortunately, the vote's in, you're out. And
Because I hear
but
a lot of a different side of Benoit from
yeah,
other people.
oh
Yeah,
yeah,
that
I
he
mean
is
Benoit
an
has
asshole.
asshole, but I mean, from what I got is that as soon as something happened, he knew Benoit was in the locker room, and he went to he went to Benoit and said, "What did I do wrong? If I did anything, I'm sorry if I disrespected the locker room." And right from there, he had Benoit's respect because he's like, "I don't know what I did wrong. Please tell me what I did wrong." And they were like, "You were eating chicken. It got on somebody's gear." And he's like, "I'm so sorry if it did." But he took it in stride and he learned from it. He built from it. He gained respect back. Gargano
But you,
is such an asshole. He's so into himself because he came from, I'm an independent. I'm this. I'm that. I'm better than this. That the guys aren't respecting that. And that's hard to be a leader when you have that attitude going into it.
yeah. But I feel like he can gain.
The only way
gain
he can
respect.
do the only way I see Gargano gaining respect is literally coming and having like a meeting with the guys and being like, listen, guys, I want to apologize for how I've been acting. I'm living in my character, but I respect everything that you have come up and done because I've done the same thing. If he does that, he will become a locker room leader.
Yeah, and I think that, and to be honest, I think a lot of the newer, younger generation just doesn't understand that. And because a lot of the younger generation didn't come from the independents that are in NXT.
Right.
So they
A
don't
lot of the
understand that
younger guys are
independence,
coming from like NFL and shit. They don't even know.
you have to live that character when you're in the independence. You have to
Yeah.
make it believable. So
I lived it every time I stepped foot into the training, every time I went to a show, I lived the character from that on.
I think people just need to understand that he's not like, maybe he is a real ass, but at the same time, like, that's his gimmick. And if you don't want to make people believe this is you, then that's on you. But Gargano's going to make people believe this is him. Like The Miz
Right.
made us believe that is The Miz. And we get The Miz every time we see The Miz. We never see Mike. We see The Miz.
The Miz. Yeah.
That's what I like. But one more thing before we go. One more.
One more
Did
thing.
you see
There we go with your one more thing.
Did you see SmackDown? Did you watch SmackDown?
I watched some of SmackDown, yes.
Did you see the ending?
Oh my God.
Bro,
Listen.
them chair
Those
shots,
chair shots. Woo!
he meant it. He came down with power. So, Roman Reigns heartbroken by Jey Uso's actions on WWE SmackDown. Breaking news from Ringside News.
Yes, I
He is
shared that too.
heartbroken. Oh, well, I just seen it. He's heartbroken that Jay whooped his ass with a steel chair, but he still ended up getting a Superman punch and walking away. I get it. You have to make him look big, but if you could have made Jay look big one time, maybe do
here's
this
the thing.
Friday
It's
to
this
give
Friday.
him motivation.
It's probably
in
this
Hell in a Cell.
Friday. It is probably this Friday they'll do it. It's always like the go home show. They always give the challenger that oh
Which
my
it pumps
God,
the champion up.
pumps the champ, and it makes, and if Paul Heyman's like, and Paul Heyman with his like concern look,
If Paul does the Paul face, the fans will believe it.
believe it, yes. But here's my thing with Jay and Roman, watching that ending of the match. It would have been good if Jay would have taken it, and and Roman does the whole turn his back, and Jay goes and hits Braun, and starts beating on Braun, and then like Roman like okay, and then Jay just like turn around, boom, and then just cracks him and like leaves the ring. That right there.
They don't do chair shots. No more. They don't do headshots no more.
Head.
it doesn't look the same, and you know that. You know it doesn't look the same. It's just would I've liked to see that? Yeah, but to be honest, I was really expecting when he grabbed that chair. I was like, he's hitting Braun. He's hitting Braun, and Sunday's not happening. He's gonna hit Braun, and he's gonna bow down to the tribal chief because he knows he cannot beat Roman. I thought it was happening. And then I thought I didn't know what they were going to do for Hell in a Cell. If Jimmy was going to be like, well, if you're not a man, I'll be the man that does it, or what the fuck ever. But that Superman punch looked legit. That's all I know.
I think it connected.
I think he gave him one like, listen, buddy, you hit me a little too hard with the chair. Okay? God damn.
Yeah,
Trying to break my back.
That was like watching Brock Lesnar when he cracked Braun Strowman the one pay-per-view.
Oh, he bent that chair. I remember that.
No, he hit him with the
bent.
no
The
when,
chair.
when
Yeah.
the Braun hit was given like knees to Brock Lesnar, and I guess he was going too fast and he really like kneed Brock Lesnar, and Brock Lesnar got up and like cracked him like in the side of the head. And when he cracked him, he's like, slow the fuck down. I was like, oh shit. And I mean, he's like, you seen like Braun kind of like stumble, and I'm like, oh shit, he legit hit him. He almost knocked Braun out. But what I do like is Braun took to his Twitter, and came after Michael Cole. Because Michael Cole said that Braun tapped out. And he didn't. Braun just got
Didn't tap.
He didn't tap, but when Michael goes like, Braun just tapped, he tapped. If you're watching the SmackDown, you heard him say he tapped out. Well, Braun heard it, and he took to Twitter, and he says, I got to keep pumping and keep moving. He says, and to that more on Michael Cole, I never tapped out. Did they stop the match? Yes, I would have died or passed out before I ever tap out the Roman Reigns. So.
I like it.
He kind of came after Michael Cole. Was like, "Hey, you moron! I never tapped out." Like, so
fuck Michael Cole. Oh, moron! Braun Strowman unleashes on moron Michael Cole.
Moron Michael Cole.
He tapped out. Literally, just like scroll down and seen that. Moron Michael Cole.
That's moron great. Michael Cole. That's awesome.
Calling him that.
But
that's it. That's his new nickname.
Yeah. So. But are we done with this little feud, man? Are we? I
mean, listen,
we go
done, but feud. Listen, I want Promo Wars to keep going. So anyone who is watching, please message either me or Sean and let us know when you guys want to come on. You could do Who Got the Loudest Mouth, which is against somebody else, or Promo Wars, where you pick one of us and you go against us. But no, we are always prepared. And we're ready for you. So
yes, and also know
you better come prepared.
Also know when you come on to do a promo war with me, you will not get the 10-minute promos. Just letting you know.
Oh my God! Please, Sean, don't do that.
You won't get 10 minutes. You won't get 10-minute promos. But I will. Before we end this and before anything, I will address somebody. And you can call him yourself and let him know he can come through anytime because he needs to be dealt with accordingly. And that's Anthony. Come through anytime, brother. You need to be dealt with. You need to learn that you do not mess with the dawn of the family. You do not run that mouth like you do. Because once again, I deal with children, and you as a child need to come to me and get dealt with since you want to run your mouth.
Don't worry, Sean. He came to the dawn, and we discussed everything.
You're just remember, you're not the dawn. You'll be the dawn when I say you will be the dawn when I say.
We discussed everything. I'm champ.
Are we still on this that you're the champ? We still on this tip that you're the champ? Jesus.
I'm the champ.
Okay, you know what? I will continue doing the show with you. I will continue doing the show. I will continue working with you respectfully I will continue doing all of that. But I will issue out a respectable challenge to you
What's up?
that we will meet face to face. We will battle for that. And when it's all said and done,
And the smoke
that-
clears, the dawn will be standing.
and that won't be behind you anymore.
And whenever that does happen, everybody, this is going to be the end result.
Far from it. But we will have our match, Luch. And I'm not talking a match with promos either.
You're not ready.
I will put you through a table. Are you sure you want to go one-on-one with me? Are you sure you want to do that to yourself?
I'm the champ. I'm going to stay the champ. It doesn't matter.
Okay. We'll make those arrangements for the match to happen then.
So, Loudmouth Sports Talk.
Loudmouth Sports Group.
It's your boy Loudmouth Luch.
And it is
this
the
was
true
Off the
champ.
Top rope with the champ and his great sidekick, Sean
Oh.
Evans. And we will see you guys next week. Don't forget bombshellbowling.com/Loudmouth Sports Talk for all your Loudmouth gear. And don't forget the hoodies. Get them before they're gone.
I hope you got yours.
It's coming. Not yet.
It's
It's
coming.
coming. I ain't get it yet.
All right, folks. We'll see you guys here next week, 4 p.m. for Loudmouth Off the Top Rope.